never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It's a Tuesday. Today here on the channel we're going to be talking about some college football and the NFL as we recap week number 3 in the NFL. Some scores this week in week 3 of the NFL. My Miami Dolphins are now 3-0. They defeated the Buffalo Bills by the score of 21-19. The first 2 weeks of the season, the Bills looked like they were the best team in football, but the Dolphins look really good so far. The Bengals beat the Jets by the score of 27-12. The Titans beat the Raiders 24-22. And I feel bad for the Raiders because they have all that talent and it was wasted with John Gruden, and now it's even more wasted with Josh McDaniels. Everybody in the world on the outside knows that Josh McDaniels can't coach. But for some reason, NFL insiders continue to try to tell us the man can coach. And the man can't coach. He's just like Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher coached for 975 years in the NFL. And anybody you talk to said he knew anything and everything about football. And he looked like a coach. He walked like a coach. He acted like a coach. He talked like a coach. But on game day, he couldn't coach. And Josh McDaniels is the same way. The Raiders look absolutely pitiful. There's no reason for their offense, with all that talent they have, to be as bad as they are, especially in the offseason. They went out and added Davante Adams as another wide receiver, and they just look pitiful. So maybe eventually these NFL folks will figure out and realize that Josh McDaniels can't coach. He may look like one, he may talk like one, he may act like one, but he ain't one. The Panthers get their first win of the season. They defeated the Saints by the score of 22-14. The Ravens beat the Patriots 37-26. The Vikings beat the Lions 28-24. I know the Lions are 1-2, but I will say that they're actually exciting to watch now because they're competing week in, week out. They actually led this game in the fourth quarter about midway through and lost it, but they're competing week in, week out. Maybe they finally found themselves a good football coach. The Eagles beat the Commanders by the score of 24-8. Probably the biggest shocker of the week as far as results go. The Colts get their first win of the season by defeating the Chiefs by the score of 20-17. The Bears beat the Texans by the score of 23-20. And maybe the biggest shocker of the week, not just because of the team who won, but because of the score in the game. The Jaguars beat the Chargers by the score of 38-10. The Rams beat the Cardinals 20-12. The Packers beat the Bucks 14-12. The Falcons over the Seahawks 27-23. The Broncos beat the 49ers late 11-10. And on Monday Night Football last night, the Dallas Cowboys improved to 2-0 without Dak Prescott. They defeat the New York Giants by the score of 23-16 in the battle of the NFC East. And in the college football news, third straight week, a college football coach has been fired. 3 weeks ago, we had Scott Frost. 2 weeks ago, we had Herm Edwards. And this week, we have Geoff Collins from Georgia Tech. It used to be coaches didn't get fired till at least late October, early November. Now we're seeing coaches get fired 2, 3, 4 games into the season. I think it's a good move for Georgia Tech, but it comes about 975 years too late. Geoff Collins should have been fired after the first quarter he ever coached. He's a clown. But not only did they fire Geoff Collins, they also fired their athletic director, Todd Stansbury. So they've got to find a new head coach and a new AD. They wanted to make sure that Todd Stansbury didn't screw it up again because he was the one that hired Geoff Collins to be their last football coach. Geoff Collins had some success at Temple, nothing major, but some success. But maybe he's better off as a coordinator and not a head coach. A lot of people are phenomenal coordinators, but they become head coaches and they just don't work out. But if he would quit doing all this stupid off the field stuff and quit making up all these cliches and stop being a cliche master and just be a coach, he may have some success, but he may not. But at least if he focuses on football and on the field football and not off the field, at least he'll show that he's trying to attempt to coach football. Right now, he does so much off the field stuff, I don't think he even knows what football even is. But maybe he'll have some success somewhere down the road. But I think we can all agree that no matter what he does in the future, Geoff Collins at Georgia Tech was an absolute unmitigated disaster. 3 wins in year 1, 3 wins in year 2, and 3 wins in year 3. And I'm not sure he's going to get 3 wins this year. They've got 1 so far. He may have gotten to 3 again, but definitely he never showed any signs of improvement. So I think we can all agree that he was not a fit at Georgia Tech. But again, you look at the history of coaches. A lot of coaches become head coaches at Group of 5 schools, and they have success. And they leave a Group of 5 school and go to a Power 5 school, and they flop. And then they go back to being a Group of 5 coach. They do good. That's what Butch Jones is doing now. Butch Jones had success at Central Michigan. He had success at Cincinnati. And if he stays long enough, he'll have success at Arkansas State. But at Tennessee, didn't work out. He's a Group of 5 coach. He's not a Power 5 coach. And you also see a lot of college coaches that leave and go to the NFL and they flop. They're terrible at it because it's a different coaching philosophy, a different coaching style. So a lot of times you see coaches that try to outkick their coverage and coach beyond their coaching ability, and it doesn't work. I think Geoff Collins is meant to be a Group of 5 coach. That's just my opinion. Any thoughts on this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. My daughter asked me if I had seen the dog bowl. I said no. I didn't know he could. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.